So Rec Room is finally doing an OG event by bringing back an original version of the Rec Center from late 2017. Notice how I didn't mention it was the old Rec Center / locker room from 2016 to 2018. That's because the Rec Center, then called the locker room, never did stay the same between those dates. Sure, they may look similar, but comparing the first ever locker room to the final locker room, it does look really different. However, this video isn't about the history of the Rec Center and locker room. That could be saved for another video. Personally, I think this event is really cool and executed pretty well. Not only is there a free to obtain item by doing 3 challenges, one of which requires you to spend 300 tokens on mod ticket, but they also released the first birthday shirt for 3,000 tokens after eyeing it almost 8 years ago and just letting it rot in the game files. I bet the skids are pretty pissed about that one. I also really like that they are re-highlighting OG rooms from around 2017 and 2018 and rewarding you from going to them with some extra XP. Even if it is just 25 XP, it does add up to around 175 XP, which is a pretty nice bonus. It also feels really nice to hop between the different Rec Center instances and see what people are up to, and of course, doing old tricks from 2017. So, to celebrate this event, I thought it'd be fun to compare the Reunion Rec Center, which is what I'm going to call this Rec Center, and the actual 2017 locker room side by side and see what's different and what's the same. The build I will be using for this is a build from October 2017 since it is the closest to what Rec Room is actually using for their event. I will be swapping between that 2017 build and a mid 2018 build since there are some elements also taken from that build that are used in this Rec Center. I'm not going to be using the 2018 build for the entire video since even that is vastly different from the Reunion Center. Keep in mind, this comparison is just meant for fun. It isn't meant to be any real criticism toward this event or the Locker Room Archive people. All this will also be done in screen mode since swap between builds in VR is very inconvenient. So without further ado, let's go into screen mode. So on the left we have Modern Rec Room using the Reunion Rec Center, and on the right we have a October 2017 build that is modded to support screen mode interactions, because normally this build is VR only, but as I mentioned, it's hard to swap between the builds in VR. Right off the bat, you can see that the lighting is completely different. I think the lighting is closer to that of the 2018 version of this locker room. Obviously, there is no corkboard or balloons here in the original version of the locker room, as we can see here. They are just completely flat walls that have nothing on them. The dorm room door, though, does appear to be the same. Looking at just the main area here, well, obviously again the lighting's different and there's no balloons or anything, but this is pretty close. Like, one of the only things that's sticking out to me immediately is the bucket, like near the table there, is just facing the wrong way. 2017 is facing towards us, and in the recreation it's facing the other way. Alright, so having a closer look at the table, the cameras are in completely different positions, and there's also no clipboard describing how the cameras work. Ignore Luigi. There's also a water bottle missing next to the water jug. Let's have a quick look inside the booth here. So we got a disc, some darts, basketball, and confetti guns. In the original, that is there as well, it looks like. Even though this wall may look identical, there's actually one secret that is missing down here. So if we look down here on the table, there's nothing. But if we go to October 2nd, you can see down here, there's text that says subscribe, which I think is a really good idea. If you're really enjoying the video right now, you should go down there and hit the subscribe button, and also leave a like while you're at it. This table next to the stairwell to the upper area is missing the clipboard describing how the menu works. The poster in the stairwell is also incorrect. In the original, it is describing how to rotate, and in modern, it is just a poster for disc golf. Up here, there's not much of difference other than the fact that there is a pumpkin on the vending machine for whatever reason. For some reason, there appears to be a picture of Luigi where the check your watch poster is supposed to be. That's because of the custom server. Right here, it appears that 2 darts are missing. These balls are in the incorrect order, and there's also one more ball than there should be. It's worth noting on the lower table, they have gotten the amount of ping pong balls correct. And like last time, it looks like the bucket is rotated to look the other way. Going back down, the only main difference here is, again, no clipboard. And looking at the other side, the code of conduct poster is different, but that's only because the code of conduct has changed, so of course they'd have to change it. This cart is also rotated in the incorrect direction. This here may look like a big difference, like the entire wall shifted over in the Reunion Rec Center, but this is actually different because of what build I'm using. If we turn our cameras around over here, we'll notice a new laser tag door, and if we do the same in the 2017 build, there is no laser tag door. This is because the build I'm using again is before laser tag, so that's going to be one big difference, but other than that, I'm just going to continue as is. In the Reunion Rec Center, it looks like the chair was moved to the wall instead of being next to the support beam. and there's also no lockers. In the Reunion Rec Center, the door for 3D charades is labeled as 3D charades, whereas in 2017 it's labeled just as charades. They also have added a poster for paintball next to the 3D charades door, even though in 2017 it's next to the paintball door. But they added it to the paintball door in the Reunion Rec Center, but just on the completely different side, probably to make room for their standee promoting the new map. They also added a chair. As I mentioned earlier, this is a build before laser tag, so there's no laser tag door here. The logo for Golden Trophy appears bigger in the Reunion Rec Center. For Jumbotron, it appears to use an updated logo as well, and also the size being different. The door to the lounge has been reused as the door for the Community Classics highlights. The furniture in this area appears to be more spaced out, but then again, this could be because of the laser tag door being missing in my build. Now, obviously, one of the big differences is the addition of a merch booth. However, if we go to the May build, we can see that they did add the merch booth here. The merch booth itself is also different, as you can see. However, this build also has its own differences, like all the decorations being gone from all the doors, while at the same time also adding decorations to some doors. Like, for example, the soccer and paddleball doors have their own props here. I think it is a good idea that they do not have these in the Reunion Rec Center, because I could see all the chaos folding from these. However, some of the differences I pointed out in that 2017 build basically become void in this 2018 build. As you can see, these walls are pretty much the same, except for the 2018 wall being deeper. So, yeah, it's kind of like a mixture between the two. Using the May 2018 build seems to be a better comparison because the lighting is pretty close, and also some props like the cameras are in their correct positions. And yeah, that's all the changes I could find. So even though I just spent the past 5 minutes rambling about how many differences there are between these two rec centers, I really was being picky with the differences I found. Hell, I took the time to count the amount of ping pong balls in the rec center just to mark that as a difference. The good thing is, none of the differences I found take away from the experience at all. And at the end of the day, it still serves its purpose, being a social hub to meet with friends new and old. Anyways, if you found this video interesting or entertaining, make sure to like it, and if you didn't, there's also a button for that as well. If you want to see more Rec Room content specifically about old Rec Room or technical Rec Room, make sure to subscribe to not miss any future uploads from me. I'm going to be working on a lot more videos about old Rec Room soon, so now would be the perfect time to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. There actually is one thing I completely forgot to mention. This wall. Yeah, the trophies are in here.